All right, what works hand in hand with a pair of rattling horns is this: a good grunt call. All right, even when you're not rattling, a good grunt call will work any time of the year. Now, my favorite grunt call is this Mad Buck growl, which is by Mad Calls. I really love this call. It just sounds great. I really like it. There's a lot of good grunt calls on the market. This is not a commercial for Mad. It's just this is my personal choice, and it sounds real good. When you're grunting, you remember when you're grunting, you want it again to sound natural. Bucks don't go through the woods going, like a duck call. They don't go through that. Remember, they're short grunts. So you want it to sound something like this. Just put your hand over and then come out like this. This way you can get a good grunt, a good solid grunt. Now, when they're in the peak of the rut like they are right now, you might hear this. All right, that's called a tending grunt. They're tending a doe. They're running, and you might want to do that, every once in a while. But most of what you want your grunts calls to sound, you want just short little grunts. Usually I'll grunt maybe 30 seconds before I even start rattling. So make it sound like there's two bucks. They're coming into each other. They're mad. They're wanting to fight. So they're going to be grunting. They're going to be vocal. You're very vocal. So you want to paint this scenario in the deer's head. You want to make it sound as real as possible. So remember that. Now, one other thing I want to say is this. I had a guy ask me here the other day, when is the best time to rattle? About what time of the year? Really, honestly, people say, I never go in the woods without my rattling horns. I don't do that. Honestly, I think it's a waste. It's just extra weight and it's a waste of time. But at the right time of the year, they can be deadly. The best time to rattle, in my opinion, is from November the 1st to about November the 20th, all through the month of November, but especially the 1st through the 20th or even the 25th. From the 1st to Thanksgiving is really the best time to rattle. In fact, the first 10 days of November, right before they really get into serious swing of the rut, that's the best time to rattle. So from November the 1st to November the 10th is the best time in the world to take your horns and your grunt call and rattle in these bucks, because what's happening is they're out cruising. They ain't got with the does yet. Like right now, this is November the 21st, and so we're right in the dead heat of the rut. So probably these bucks are not going to be flying to ever, rattling horns. That if you're up here rattling on a ridge and they got 4 or 5 does down in here, they're just like a gobbler. They ain't gonna come looking for you when they got 4 or 5 does down here. So you want to catch them just like a spring gobbler when he don't have no does with him and he's by himself and he's looking for the first available doe. Well, when's the first available does come into estrus? From November the 1st to about November the 10th. Them 10 days are death. I'm telling you, it's the best time in the world to rattle. But all during the month of November. Now, when the rut happens, like we're in now, it's still a good time to rattle, but you got to catch them, just like a gobbler, you got to catch them between does. You got to catch them when they're by themselves and they've lost their doe or they've lost, and they're out looking again. So the best time in the world is to rattle is, from November the 1st on to about November the 10th, but, it'll pick up gradually. And then in December, you got what they call the second rut, which is also good. The first 2 weeks of December, that's a good time to rattle, but it's not going to be as great as the first rut because the second rut is a lot slower. But still, you can be successful, with rattling at the right times. But don't expect it to happen every time. Don't go out and say, well, I rattled and nothing happened. It don't work. It does work. You just got to be at the right place, like with anything, at the right time. But I tell you what, when you do it, when you do it, and it really happens, and you get out on that frosty morning or that cold evening, and you hit these horns together, you hit them old horns together, and you push and you grind, you make it sound as real, hit that grunt call, and then you look up, and you see this buck you know, 140, 150 class buck comes charging in at you with his neck hair all raised and tail fluffed out and ears pinned back looking to kill you. When you get that adrenaline rush, there's nothing in the world like it. I'm telling you, it's the most unreal feeling that you'll ever have. And I've done it a few times, actually. And not every buck's come in charging like that. But I've had several that has come in charging, and I've had more that's come in sneaking, you know, just curious, look. But if you're not having success and you're setting up, still hunting, or you're just watching from your favorite tree stand and there's nothing happening, take you a pair of rattling horns, take you a grunt call. From November the 1st to about November the 10th, or the whole month of November, but your best times is 1st to the 10th, remember. I'm telling you, you could have the best experience that you've ever had in the deer woods. So we hope that helped you, and there's been a lot of you who's requested it, and so we hope that helped you, and if it does, leave a comment, and we'll be putting some more on here. So next time you go out, rattle you a big one in, send me a picture, and tell me all about it. Until next time, we'll see you around.